What's up, everybody? It's your boy Melvin here for another classic review, and today I'm doing the review on a Halloween special from Ed and Eddy's Boo Haw Haw. Aired on October 28th of 2005, and this was the one I love because it was, okay, you'll see why. This was aired between I think it was called one of their specials. I think the last one was before that was called Ed and Eddy's Hanky Panky Hullabaloo, which I don't know which one that was. I gotta check. But yeah, this is like a Halloween special of Ed and Eddy, which came out in 2005, which was on a Friday, so it came out during the. I don't know, it was a series in Cartoon Network called Fridays. I don't know if that was still on at the time. I think it still was before another one called Fried Dynamite. You know, the exploding corn dog, that one? Yeah. But yeah, before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, are you ready to go to Spookyville to get some candy? Because oh boy, I hope you didn't watch any horror movies because you might lose your brain cells from this one. So yeah, let's begin, shall we? So yeah, this is a Ed and Eddy Halloween special, which I remember I was in the 3rd grade when I saw this back in 2005. I think it was on a Friday, I think. When this came out, because of course, Halloween specials like this comes out on Friday. And this came out in 28th of October, so it was like 3 days before Halloween. So from that time, I think Halloween was on a Monday. Let's see. If it was on 28th. No, Tuesday. My bad. I forgot. Yeah, on the Tuesday. Sorry. I think I was dressed as a mummy at that time. No, wait, no, I was dressed as Darth Vader. Oh, come on. You know the hype of episode 3 over was still going there. But yeah. Boo Haw Haw has to be one of my favorite because it caught me not just it's Ed, you know, the tall stupid one. Which I think the reason why is this. You'll see why. We get an opening at Peach Creek Junior High. It looks like Double D is organizing leaves. What a nerd. Soon after, Eddy throws. I think he bursts through the doors, complaining because he had detention on Halloween, which Double D explains that he put stinky cheese in the teacher's desk. Wow. As a prank, which, of course. But Eddy throws it off because what was I? Oh yeah. Because they're going to find Ed, which is at his home, because this is going to be in his quote, the coolest Halloween ever. Which, of course, we breaks to the title of Ed and Eddy's Boo Haw Haw, which, oh boy. If you've seen the art, the style from the title card intro, that is some work art, I tell you what. And their uniform way, because I remember I was watching this, my motherfucker was gross. Literally. I didn't care. Hey, it's a good show. Deal with it. But yeah, they arrive at Ed's house, which, oh boy, he looked like he hadn't got out of the house in a while. I mean, literally. And of course, he looked like he was watching TV. Which turns out, yeah. Let's see. And guess what? Eddy and Dodie find. He's like surrounded by thousand like by thousands of VHS tapes. Like shit. I still remember there was still VHS and DVD at the time. So yeah, of course, there gonna be VHS in their world of horror movies because he didn't really seem to pay attention to the world. He became a zombie to his TV. Typical Ed. But you'll see what's going to happen through this because he's seen a lot of horror films. I mean, remember the description? So yeah. I think once Double D turns the TV off, his eyes were... I think his face was stuck in the TV and his eyes were static. Literally. Static from the screen. Soon after, he turns back to normal. He looks in his room, fully lucid. Loudly as usual because it's Halloween! Yeah. The night when ghosts and goblins come out to play. Typical Ed. Yep. But we're not over yet. I'll tell you why. Because Eddy agrees with his friend's assessment. He has something to make the night even better. He has a map which leads to a neighborhood that will give him buckets of candy called Spookyville, where Eddy got it from his older brother, which, yeah. Well, you got something from your older brother believes is actually real? Yeah, well, until the end. If you've seen that, well, welcome to the club. But yeah. Double D is uncertain about the veracity of the map and asks to examine it. After looking it over, declares despite the horrible penmanship, is almost certainly a fake. Which, like any other certain map, Ed is unhappy by the announcement. Eddy milks this unhappiness for all it's worth, focusing Ed to give in against his better judgment to keep from ruining Ed's Halloween. But no shit, you don't want to be a party pooper, don't you? Don't be a party pooper. Night arrives, and oh boy, and the Eds are all costumed up. I think Eddy was dressed as a zombie Elvis Presley. Ed will be dressed as Lothar, a Viking who somehow rules Montezuma. A Viking in Montezuma, Mexico? Since when Vikings are in the Aztec Empire? And Double D has the bubonic plague. An actual virus cell of the bubonic plague. Which Eddy calls vomit. But yeah. After that, after minor bickering, they head out to search for Spookyville. I think Ed is distracted. However, he hears strange voices. He creeps over the alley where the voices are coming from to listen in. Inside the alley are the Canker sisters having a cookout. Remember I said about Ed's watching many movies? He started to fizz like it was a TV screen, and instead of seeing the Canker sisters, he sees them as witches tending a cauldron. He looks on, horrified. The witches cast a spell on the night, cursing their foes to suffer from many enemies that shall rise from the underworld and get in their way. Ed runs away, terrified. The Cankers merely look at each other, wondering what was the ruckus they heard. May reminded them that roasting marshmallows makes her fart. Seriously? That's a new one. Who doesn't get farty while eating marshmallows? Meanwhile, Double D is scoring the map, trying to find out the first clue as near as he can discern. It is dented stop sign. Suddenly, Ed runs up and grabs him, warning about the curse. Eddy joking, saying, well, I don't know. Who guessed? Which Eddy joking says that it falls to Ed to protect them, and Lothar agrees. Oh boy. This is kind of amusing, isn't it? Of course, after that, Double D and Eddie are starting to refocus on the map when Ed shoves them into a shed, warns them. Oh, wait. About something evil. The evil thing in question is Jimmy, who is dressed in an alien costume. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, Jimmy. But in Ed's hallucination, Jimmy is an actual alien. After shouting at Jimmy that Earth isn't his salad bar, Ed runs up and slams a stop sign on him, beating Jimmy into the sidewalk. Eddie laughs at this show of comedic violence, and nobody looks in horror. Ed then heads over to his friends. Eddie congratulates them on protection as well as scoring the extra candy, which behind them. Oh boy. First rule, never beat up Jimmy because you know Sarah's right behind her. And we know Sarah. I forget what she was dressed up as. Sarah comes over to downed friend and learns that Ed inflicted violence on him. Double D is scared as Ed has broken the rules of so-called Halloween etiquette. Etiquette. Sorry. I think the internet historian got that damn word down my brain. He doesn't have that much time to worry about this. However, Sarah arrives angrily. Well, face it. Wants to know what they meant by hurting Jimmy and taking his candy. Once again, Ed hallucinates, seeing Sarah, his own sister, as a vampire that must be destroyed. After a short tussle, LaFar emerges victorious, burying Sarah in the ground, I think. Yeah, in the ground. And they found a stop sign, which is the weapon Ed used to beat up Jimmy. Leads them onward. Oh boy. And Ed, Double D, growing even more concerned that the sanity of his friend. Well, no shit. He's seen a bunch of movies. Of course, he will see the other kids as actual monsters. No shit. While trying to catch up, Ed runs into Medusa. Double D runs. Oh, it's Double D. Runs into Medusa. This Medusa is probably the most improbable costume for an actual person in it, however, who pulled him along gleefully so they can trick or treat. Alright, remember this one. It was Naz who dressed as Medusa, which, of course, Double D being the sucker he is, went trick or treating with Naz. If I recall, he was blushing the whole time during the trick or treating. I think she calls his costume like vomit because, well, face it, it looks like vomit. Of course, usual, Ed starts to hallucinate and sees her as actually Medusa. After a brief battle, he temporarily petrifies her, as in dousing her in concrete. A sort of poetic justice. No, boy. Oh, boy. Don't worry. There'll be something funny coming up, don't worry. I tell you what. After that, Ed then grabs a wagon, stuffs his friends in there. Well, he takes off, going around fast. However, the right month's in. Then, until I think Double D is serious worry about his friend Ed because, you know, he starts to hallucinate everything. That's when they found the next clue, an abandoned hearse. Suddenly, Double D gets distracted, though, as an egg hits him in the face. And guess what it was? Everybody's favorite jock idiot, Kevin. And when Kevin starts throwing eggs, that's when Ed's face the music. Egg slams his face and declares a retreat. Which guess who? What Ed depicts Kevin as? The headless horseman from Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, throwing eggs like from his own head. And this is the weirdest headless horseman ever because its design. It's the weirdest horseman design. It's not actually a pumpkin head. It's actually his own head hanging. I don't know if that's a horse or something. I don't know. The weirdest laugh ever, but yeah. Oh boy. The pump. Of course, he's going to fight the horseman. Ed grabs his bike and flings it backwards towards Kevin, which, of course, falls apart. Ed then leaps off the cliff, declaring that the witch's curse shall be for naught. And lands his friends, Ed Double D once again brings up Ed's need of psychiatric evaluation, but Eddie ignores him, once again placing the trip to Spookyville on top of the list, of course. He then orders Double D to read the next clues. Yeah, that's how big Eddie's ego is. After that, they continue their journey to find a large oak tree, which it'll be tricky because a whole bunch of them. But Lofar has a magic spatula. Yeah, since one Vikings had spatulas. I know they cook hamburgers. And gets until he starts hallucinating. This time, he tells him, "Don't be afraid." It's Johnny, and guess he's dressed as a spider. If you've never Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, Johnny has been the biggest, ugliest spider ever. No kidding. Which he does nothing at Johnny, literally, but he tells him if they see blank, tell them to get over here right now. Soon Ed spins along the path as usual, and they find Rolf. So by another holiday, one of his archaic rituals, which I think he's picking mushrooms. I think I remember. But in Ed's mind, guess what he looks like? A troll. Yeah. And damn, he made him like a troll with a club for an arm. Oh boy. Of course, Ed fights him, which, well, that ain't no shit. You can't get good minecarts these days, I'll tell you what. Back cart. Okay. Let's go. As I was saying, when Eddie cannot read the map, Ed steps in once again, declare that he will find the big rock. Oh boy. Literally, because this is going to be like Nutsoville over here. He already beaten up almost everybody from the cul-de-sac. Literally. And then he still wants to find Spookyville. Try to find the big rock, which a few shovels, and after that, glad to finally reach the promised land of Spookyville. While he's looking around Spookyville with a joyful eye, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the other monster that Ed defeated was Plank. And guess what Plank dressed as? The Frankenstein monster. After that, he beat up Ralph as well. Really? It's kind of funny seeing Ed beating up Plank, who does not defend himself from the beating. After they arrive in so-called Spookyville, Eddie looks around Spookyville with a joyful eye, of course. Okay, this reminds me of the Goosebumps episode Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. You know, they found this amazing neighborhood to give away free candy! Big-ass candy bars! With a dark secret. But this one, Double D looks around with seeing the strange familiar layout, and of course, now hallucinates seeing the monster that he defeated had banded together, aka an angry mob. He runs off, chanting and digging a hole. Eddy, in the meantime, marches up to the first house and he rings the doorbell, but nothing happened. That's when Dodie decides his suspicion was correct and tells Eddy that they are actually back in the cul-de-sac. They just went one big circle the whole time. Which, of course, Eddy can fully, before he can consider the implication of this, because remember, his brother's a douchebag, of course he'll pull a prank like that. Ed grabs both Eddy and Double D and brings them to his little hole. Because remember, the monsters are banded together. aka the rest of the kids in the cul-de-sac. Which he grabs friends, from which we got see the kids angry and advancing on them, seeking revenge for the indignance visited upon their person, or in case Johnny's case, Plank's body. Yeah. Oh boy. The man Ed quickly runs into a backyard, throws his friends down the hole, leaps in there, of course. Which, it's kind of funny because as they're in the hole, when Ed tells them to defend the monster, that's when Ed literally takes his costume off, like, Loaf already defeated the monsters. And literally, he just sits on the recliner right there. Which, he's still pissed off because he didn't get candy, and Dodie just say the most stupid thing. Hey, no cavities. And guess what hit him? A ladder. Oh no. Yeah, of course, Eddy freaks out because, hey, why not? Hey, Lothar, help us. Of course. Within them, Eddy calls for Lothar, but you know what happens. And here's the thing. Eddy tried to get Ed to grab his special button up. He got grabbed by the kids along with Double D, and they got the beating out of him. And it's like, wait a minute, why the hell they beat them up? It was Ed who beat them up, not Eddy and Double D. And guess what? When Ed looked, he started to get that hallucination again. This time of a beating, it's Eddy and Double D dancing around in flowers while he's reading a newspaper. Literally. Oh my god. I mean, what the hell am I seeing? Instead of his friends being beat to a pulp, flowers rain upon them. With chuckles, he returns his newspaper, cheered by the sweetness of Halloween. What the fuck? I mean, like, again, that was a Boo Haw Haw. And to me, like, what the fuck? Ed was the one who caused most of the conflict, and yet Eddy and Dodie had to pay the price for his stupidity by getting beat up by the whole kids of the cul-de-sac. For Ed's stupidity. I mean, literally. And also Eddy's ego, because face it, he wants to go to Spookyville, and he believes a map made by his brother. Really. By his own brother. I will listen to Double D. The map is bullshit. We'll just get some candy and that's it. Of course, Ed had to watch a bunch of shit movies of horror. Too close to the TV. Starts to hallucinate and beat the rest of half of the cul-de-sac kids, mistaking them as monsters. Let's see what he beat. Jimmy, who was an alien, beat him. His own sister, a vampire. Hallucinating the Kangaroo sister as witches. Naz, Medusa. Johnny, a spider. Kevin, the headless horseman. Rolf, a troll. And Plank, the Frankenstein monster. Wow. That's a lot. And they get a beating of a lifetime, I tell you what. And why did Eddie get a beating? And what? Are you kidding me? Are they blind? I mean, are they blind? Don't you see Ed sitting right in front of them? The guy who actually beat them up? Instead, you grab the first two are more easy to beat up. What the hell? But yeah, I think that would be it for today. And tell me what you think. What your thoughts about this Halloween special of Ed and Eddie? Did you see it when it first came out? Did you like it? What was your favorite scene of the episode? To me, oh my god, it was just weird because this is like what happens if you were. I think you'd be a type that has stuck his face in the screen too long and you'd be hallucinating. Yeah. And I believe Double D, he should have a psychiatric exam evaluation because for what has happened, oh boy. And yeah, they're the ones that have to pay the price for Ed's stupidity. But yeah, let me know what you think of this episode and if you remember it when it first came out back in 2005. Did you like it? If you're from my generation, back like in the third grade, or you were in like in or around elementary or middle school when it came out. So let me know. Let me know what you think of the episode because hey, I remember this because this ain't the only one. I think there are others, but I'm gonna save some good ones for October because hey, come on, October is spooky month. That's the best kind of month. So yeah. But yeah, let me know what you think of the episode. Did you like it? Did you have fond memories of the episode? Were there scenes you liked? If you've seen the episode and you liked it, give a like to this video. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. And also like this video just in case you keep forgetting. But yeah, until then, have a great day, everybody. Peace.